Went to jail for that, actually. That's another story. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Checked them all off. Today, I just had to get out of the house. I mean, still not filling up to it, but man, driving me crazy. So at least I pulled my truck out, got a battery for it, because she was dead completely. And she fired right up, so I like that. We'll get a battery put in it, and then I'll go down and see if I can find my air filter. I got one somewhere, but I've got to put another one on it, because you can see through that mess. So we'll get that done. I got the old truck in the shop here. We're gonna get down under here. All the Bondo's chipping out of this bed. Look at this. Just don't worry about that. Small stuff. Got the old C-notch in there. And I see one airbag and fitting. Let me get the squirt bottle and we'll find the leak. Looks like I got an axle seals leaking too. Yeah. Tires are still good. Looks like they're ready for more rubber to be thrown. There's a couple chunks of rubber under here, but she's pretty rotted out bad. I don't know. What should I do with this old truck? I think I should get it working and have one of the kids drive it. Since I don't go anywhere, might as well have the kids drive it. Or someone. Maybe Natty's driving it. I don't know. Well, let's get the bottle and fix the line. Well, found the leak. Clear up. Right up on the top of this line. So, we'll put us a little connector in it. Fix it. So, yeah, one more thing done. Still leaking. Always some. We'll tighten it up. Alright, it's pretty fun to get the old truck out. Go for a drive in it. Yeah, it's fun. I love it. Got to drive it more. You let them sit, they go bad, so keep the old ones on the road.
This is a new week. All right, everybody, we are officially into fall time. It is the Tuesday after Labor Day, and we are trying to get stuff done. But our chores are all the same. Each day, every day, just the same. So we're gonna show you what we do. We're gonna take you along for the ride. Give you a little insight to our daily, but because it's so boring and because this is a special month, it happens to be Ben's birthday month, we're gonna share a few stories about Ben while we do the mundane chores. So let's roll. This morning, bread. We're making bread for Ben. He loves his toast in the morning lately. So we're gonna whip up a loaf and get going. I should have gathered this before we started, but I've made this a few times recently, so I kind of have it all in my head. And so, no, I'm not going to use the recipe, but that's okay. But what I really wanted to share with you guys this morning is how Ben and I met. So, Ben and I met, I told you this in last week's video, 30 years ago. Actually, it was kind of more to the middle of August than the end, but it's been 30 years. And I was 17 and he was 19. I just graduated high school. He'd been graduated for a while. But a friend of mine knew him. And he says he came by my house once, but I don't remember him that time. But my roommate Sarah, which happens to be his sister's name as well, it's easy to remember that way. We went over to his house, and he lived in this terrible little apartment in Provo. Like, you went down these stairs and into this room, and I swear the carpet had been there since like the 1940s. It was disgusting. When we knocked on the door, he answered it, and it was after work. It was dark. He had long hair, like long hair. And he had this ratty old t-shirt on and these nasty jeans. And I still thought he was amazing. From the very first second I met him, I'm like, you're my person. That's crazy. Who at 17 thinks that? Well, I did. And some might say that I am the crazy part of this relationship. And they might be right. But when I was younger, I used to ponder what my perfect person looked like. And they were tall, you know, like taller than I am. My dad was a tall guy, and I love dark hair. Dark hair is where it's at. I really like clean cut hair. The boys' hair is a little long for me right now, but I try not to say anything, because if you tell boys that, they kind of go the opposite direction. So we just let them live their best life, just like I want to live my best life. The moment that I saw him, I'm like, yeah, you're my person. So from that day to this, we've hung out pretty much all day, every day. Maybe not all day, because he went to work for a few years without me. But since really 2013, he and I have hung out almost every day together, which has been fun, except for his time when he was down at Fab Wraps. But, you know, he's a pretty good guy, and I'm glad he's back. We're gonna let this yeast rise for a hot second. Right here, it's gonna bubble up. And by it does that, we're gonna put a few things away, and we're gonna empty the dishwasher, and I'll tell you more.
What's up, people of YouTube? I am back up here. Gonna do some more work. Yeah, that's my plan for today. I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I gotta make content for Nat, so she's happy. So come watch me mess around in Bobcat again.
Back to my story. So Sarah and I showed up at Ben's house, and he opened the front door. Told you, smitten at first sight, and that's okay. It's okay. But you want to know what we did? Something totally crazy and exciting. Yeah, we just hung out in this living room, and we talked and we visited, and I tell you, from that night to this, there hasn't been very many that we haven't talked and visited or hung out at the shop. But we didn't do anything exciting, but it felt exciting. So he always had a bunch of friends over, and we were always visiting, doing things, but really the thing they talked about most about was cars and what they were going to do to their cars, because you know, boys and their cars, that's their first love. So at that time, Ben drove a 1966 Chev truck, but it wasn't orange, it was green. The orange came later, and we'll tell you about that story. Probably not this week, but maybe next week or the week after that. Sometime we'll share. But this one was that mint green, and it was rusty. It had a huge hole in the floor right on the driver's side, and it was a manual trans with manual steering. And we got in that truck, and we would go around Provo, driving, cruising, talking, and it looked so easy to drive. So I've always been fairly strong. I've worked construction with my dad most of my life. I lift heavy things and can do heavy things. So I told Ben, I said, I can drive your truck. And he's like, nah, no one drives my truck. He's like, but I'll let you. Let's see. So this was probably in October. Yeah, I think it was in October. So we've been hanging out for a month or two, and so I hopped in and I'm like, I am gonna show you. So I got behind that steering wheel and I grabbed a hold and I tried to turn it. I didn't even make it around one turn, around one block before we were trading spots again. Do you know how hard it is to drive a car that does not have power brakes or power steering? It's rough, ladies. But Ben has always been so strong, like so strong. He can literally pick up anything, including me. He can just go like this and move me. Anyway, it's one of his superpowers. But that truck of his is a huge part of our dating. We went everywhere. Some of our favorite places to go were the sand dunes. That's one of the reasons why he and Stuart were out there a couple weeks ago, because Stuart was also a huge part of our dating. Stuart was always there. He drove a Camaro, and I'll tell you one thing, those boys spent hours talking about different size motors, putting in a big block, who's gonna do this, who's the fastest one. And we would drive around trying to find quiet streets to see who was the fastest. I think that's hard to do nowadays because there's not very many quiet streets, but a lot of times they came out by where we live now, because back then hardly anyone lived out here. It's gotten way busier now. But that truck went to the sand dunes, it went to the mountains, it went out digging. Ben's always been a firm believer that if you can't use an automobile, you shouldn't drive it. The one thing I did learn in those first 2 months of just hanging out with Ben is that I could either get on board with talking about cars and learning about cars, or this relationship wasn't going to last very long. So he had been taking classes at the local school here. I think it was UVCC, Utah Valley Community College, when Ben was taking classes there. But at night he would open up his automotive book and he taught me what a rotary engine looked like, and he started teaching me things, and I started paying attention because, like I said, from the very first moment I met him, I knew I wanted to be there. And so not only him, but his truck and cars and repair have always been part of our lives. And as I've been sitting here making this bread, I've thought about life, and sometimes you've got to get into hot water. Sometimes you got to add different ingredients, and you beat it up and you mush it around and you put it all together, and it makes something delicious. And I will say this, 30 years later, Ben and I have something pretty good. Our life's pretty boring. We're at home most days. We're working most days. I have my cold pants on most days, but there's no one I'd rather do it with. So this dough's just about ready to go. We're gonna put it here in this greased pan. We're gonna cover it up. We're gonna let it percolate for a few minutes. During that time, I'm gonna go do some laundry. I'm gonna finish the dishes, and then we'll come back to you. while the bread was rising, I went out and did some watering. I have my hat on to try and protect me from that fall sun. But look at the bread. Oh, it is just gonna be delicious. I've got the oven preheating. It's gonna be ready in just a minute and we'll pop it in there. It smells so good. Sometimes I wish we had smell-o-vision. Let that cool, and that will be a delicious breakfast for Ben when he gets up. You're awake!
That's because I smelled the sweetness of bread.
Whatever, you have your super beets and another crazy concoction.
Concoction.
What is that?
It's living.
Okay.
What do you got going today? Oh, hey, look at this bread. I smell it.
You ready?
Cut
You
into.
gonna have the end or a middle or an
I'll
end
cut
and
an
a
end.
middle?
End in the middle. End in the inside. And it's warm.
It's warm.
All it needs is some butter. We need some more honey.
But I got some honey right here.
That's a day or two old.
No, honey doesn't go bad.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Because the thickness of it. Do you notice I put more on this one? Because it melts down in.
Oh.
Look at it chunked.
Honey chunks.
No, there's... Just a second.
Ooh, look at that perfect drizzle.
That's my allotted honey for the day.
That's all your honey?
That's all I need.
That's because I'm enough?
Yes.
Too much butter? You're gonna kill over and die?
No, it was so good I died.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Do you think the boys will like it when they get home from school?
Oh, it'll be gone.
Okay.
We'll have to make another one for tomorrow.
A loaf a day
Mm-hmm.
keeps the doctor away.
The butter keeps the doctor away.
No, the butter brings the doctor on, but that's okay.
But that's why you have this, and these.
And your magnesium pills?
Yeah, these are for the broken parts that I
Hip
did.
repair?
But you gotta go with food, so.
Okay. Well,
Good morning.
you
That's
ready?
what I like. Now let's get to work. Yeah, we're out doing farm chores getting peaches, but we were gonna drive by a place that I remember meeting Marie. First time ever. She doesn't remember me.
I don't.
She forgot me. See, I loved her more in the beginning.
Whatever.
It's all there. It's in the proof.
No.
Anyway, we'll drive by this apartment. We're gonna see where I first met her. Oh wow, we're all gonna.
We're gonna die.
Wow, this is rough.
Walking.
No, we're not walking. I don't do that. But we're driving by.
Driving by.
But see these apartment stuff here.
So I think it was this building.
Yes. No, I think it was the one over there.
Oh.
You don't know. You didn't even live there for what, a week?
No, 1 month. It's
1
all I
month.
could afford. I was making $2.50 an hour.
Holy cow. Anyway, right there, rain tree.
Yeah.
Right here. So I met her. A friend of mine had a girl that was there at the apartment. And I'm like, well, yeah, this girl, we're going to meet. And then she answered the door. It's like, hey, oh, she's in the back. Didn't even, and that was it. Walked away.
And I just shut the door.
Yeah,
on
shut the
your
door.
face.
So, yeah. I met her first.
We'll show you
Now.
where we truly met.
This is
Yeah.
where she remembered.
No, we're
Here's the
gonna go.
next one. Here's the next one. See the house with the little thing off to the side here?
Downstairs apartment.
Yeah, that was it. Got the old lions in there. Hell, we almost could. Yeah, I got a parking ticket right here in the front.
Parking right here, like this, crossing the sidewalk.
It could have happened.
You can't do that.
No, I went to jail for that actually. That's another story. Yeah, they took me because I You got to pay the tickets.
Do you? Do you
It's
have
one-
to pay them?
That's one of those things. But anyway.
Remember how I wrecked my car on that back corner?
Oh yeah,
After I got it back?
You hit the wall. Oh, the days of being young and dumb.
Oh my gosh.
But see, this is where you finally woke up and seen the light.
Yeah, this is where I actually met him, where I remember. I had early onset Alzheimer's.
Wow. Then what happened now? Look, and they still do parking there. Somebody got a sticker on their car down there.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get towed.
Yeah, they're going down.
Remember how many times we watched Stuart's car get a boot right there?
Oh, yeah, a couple times. Because we'd park across and you're not supposed to.
No.
Yeah, good old days. All right.
Hey,
Well-
you didn't have the lion when you were there?
Yeah, they were there.
The lion was?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Doesn't look like anything's changed, so
that. They painted it.
they painted it. That's
It
about
used to be
it.
brown and cream.
All right. Well, we're
Off
we've-
to the
we've-
DMV?
we're seeing the sights. Let's go license the truck.
Let's do it.
Oh, all right. The last couple of days, we've been doing a lot of repetitive things because I suck at cleaning pistons and it takes me 12 bajillion years. But it's also the month where my dad's turning halfway to 100, so he's halfway through life, or 50% there. And just brought up some stories I want to tell you all about. Well, just one in particular. I've always viewed my dad as this big, brawny, strong guy, and he proved it to me way back in the day and engraved it in my mind, because he is a mechanic, this is true, but he is also a lumberjack. Don't let him fool you with them grease-covered pants and them shoes he always wears. He's straight up lumberjack. He did it with his dad, chopping wood and giving it to people, and he did a little with me too. So when we were younger, we went up in the mountains with the other Dodge, the one that has the blown fifth gear right now, and that one was my granddad's, which is kind of cool too, so he helped out. But I remember going up in the mountains and finding trees, and Dad didn't let me handle the saw yet because I was about 5. I might have been 8 or 10. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And I remember watching him cut down these trees with such precision and being able to do it so easily and just not having real trouble with it. And then he cut them in these big rounds that I could hardly reach my arms around. And I was still pretty tall back then too. So I'm like, what the heck? These things are huge. And then I'd use all my might to lift them, but I just couldn't do it. And then Dad comes over, you know, big strong arms from carrying transmissions and doing it his whole life. Just bear hugs him, throws him up in the truck. I'm like, what the heck? And then he's like, oh, yeah, you're not quite strong enough to lift these up yet. He's like, here, let me teach you something. And he taught me that I could roll them up to the truck, and then I could just barely get it on that bumper or the back of it. And then with the two of us, we could lift it up and in. And that made me realize how strong my dad was, but also how wise he is, how smart he is. And now that I'm old now, and I can lift those big rounds in, don't need much help there, but I still need his help down in the shop because I don't have the knowledge that he has. And it makes me appreciate him all that much more. And not much else to say. Love my dad. Wouldn't exchange him for anyone else. And he's got to stick around a bit longer. I need him. And we got a lot more projects to build, that's for sure.
Okay guys, you're about to watch me mow the lawn, so here we go. Don't worry, I'll tie it all in later. Okay, so I know you just heard from Oker and his story with Dad. You're about to hear from Finn, but I'm gonna throw my part in real fast. So, my parents have taught us a lot over the years, and a lot on like how to actually work and do a lot of different things and a lot of different jobs. So I remember when they taught me how to mow the lawn. It was funny because it was actually on the same lawn and years and years ago. But my dad kept yelling at me like, stay on the line, and I was like, oh. And the first couple times, not gonna lie, it was rough. But I got better throughout the years I've been doing it. So this summer, it's been my job to keep up with the lawns at the apartments. So I've been mowing it every 1 to 2 weeks if I get lazy. There was one morning I woke up like early, for the Coxes at least. It was probably like 7 a.m. But I woke up to try to get it done before it got hot. So I pulled out the lawnmower and I was trying to start it, and I was pulling it, and it wasn't starting. And I was like, what the freak? Like, it wasn't even igniting. Like, I still don't know what's wrong with it. But I was getting frustrated. I didn't know what was wrong with that. I checked the air filter. I checked to make sure there was gas in it. I tried and pulled, and then the string got tight. Like, I just didn't know what was going on. So I called my mom because I knew my dad wasn't up yet. And I was like, Mom, help me. I was like, what do I do? So my mom tried to explain to me over the phone on like how to explain, how to fix it, how to figure out what was wrong with it. And it just wasn't working. I was getting frustrated. I was like, I don't know. So she's like, Kate, me and Dad will head up later today. And so I was like, okay. So later in the day, my dad comes up and I go out there to help him fix it. And I pull it out and I pull it and it starts. And I was like, are you serious? I just look at him and he and I just both start laughing. I was like, what is this? I'm like, just nothing. We did nothing. He didn't even touch it. Just his presence there fixed it. And I was just like, this is crazy. And if you know my dad, you know that like anything, he knows like everything about cars and about anything with a motor, anything with wheels, anything with gas, anything. He knows anything about any issue. He knows how to fix it and he knows what to do. And it just cracked me up that even his presence could fix it. And I love my dad, and he helps me no matter what. Like when I'm stranded on the freeway because I think my engine blew up, you know, and he'll help me be like freak out for a second and then help me get back to him so he can fix the issue, when really it was just a fuel pump. At least I think that's what it was. And he helps me with my oil changes, helps me learn how to do them. Even if it takes us 3 hours, we get it done. So, but I love working with my dad, and I love that he helps me with anything. Anything I'm in need, I can give him a call and he'll answer and he'll come help me fix it or solve the issue. So I'm so excited that it's my dad's big, huge 50th birthday this September. But my mom shared that it was his birthday, but she didn't share that it was hers because I've already edited this week's video. I'm just throwing this in because I want to celebrate my mom too. And they teach us so much about everything, about how to do little jobs, how to be adults, how to be real people and actual humans and be kind to people. And I love them so much, and they do so much for our family and so much for the boys and I can't explain how much love I have for them. And I just really want to say thank you to them. And this September, I really want these videos to be about them, and let's bring back the good times. Let's tell stories, let's show pictures. I'm all about it. And so you'll hear more from all of us, but here you guys go to Finn and hear his story with Dad.
Tell a story about my dad that I have with him. And the only thing that can come to mind is this one time I was sitting in the living room. It was real stormy, and we had this little fishing boat, and my dad was like, hey Finn, you want to come help me tarp it up? I was like, yeah, sure, but the storm wasn't like right there. It was off in the distance. So I go over to the old garage with him, and I'm tarping it up, but my lack of apparel was bad. I was wearing shorts, no shirt, a jacket, and some slippers. Man, yeah, wearing clothes is nice, because I was freezing. Yeah. And oh geez, I love my dad. He's just like, well, I told you you should have put some clothes on, but I mean, we'll get her done. And that's also when I learned how to tie off a boat, tarp it, and also use straps correctly, tie downs, because I was about 8, yeah. And yeah, that's just one of my personal favorite memories of him. I have a bunch more, but that's the one I decided to tell you guys, so you do what you please with it.
Ben and I dated for 3 years. We had so many fun adventures. We're gonna show you a couple pictures of them and let you know where we went and what we did. But just like a good loaf of bread, a good relationship takes a lot of ingredients, some time, some heat. So over the next month, we're gonna be showing you and telling you a couple different stories that we've had about Ben, me and the kids, and we hope you enjoy it. But for now, we appreciate you watching this video, and we are so grateful for all the viewers. What is a video without any viewers? Nothing. So thank you for your time, and we'll catch y'all next week.